We have a pro tip video for you guys here today featuring the GOBOWIWI attack at Town Hall 9. What is up, my friends? My name is Echo3, and today I have another pro tip video for you guys coming out of 3 strikes, and I have Ace with me here today on the channel to break down the GOBOWIWI attack strategy at Town Hall 9. Ace, how are you doing today, brother?
Doing good, thanks for asking.
No problem, man. I'm happy to have you on the channel. Really excited that you're going to be sharing with us 4 attacks from your most recent war where you really just brutalized some of these bases, bring home 12 stars from the war. How did it feel to bring home 12 stars in this war?
Pretty good feeling. I don't always bring home 12. Sometimes it's 10 or between 10 and 12 on the average.
That's pretty impressive. It sounds like you have the attack down pat. I'm looking forward to hear some of those tips. Guys, at this point in time, if you haven't yet subscribed to the channel, now's a great time to do it and turn on those notifications because you don't want to miss anything. I'm coming out with Clash of Clans content for you guys every single day. So what I'm looking at right now, Ace, I'm taking a look at base number 26. This was one of your first hits in the war using the GOBOWIWI attack. Why don't you kind of walk us through what you were looking at here and what you saw when made you decide you wanted to do this attack strategy?
Okay, yeah, sure. So with GOBOWIWI, the main purpose of this attack is to keep the witches and the skeletons alive as long as possible. So with my thought process is I want to take down the wizard towers and the expos as quick as possible. So that's where I'm sending my my kill squad along with all the other troops. Okay. So the troops that you see up on the screen right now, that is my base setup. I use this for every attack. Pretty much, maybe if I watch a replay and I need to adjust, I can. Okay. This one is a cleanup hit, so I do know where the hidden Teslas are. I'm not too concerned about the hidden Teslas unless there is a farm. There is not a farm on this one. Okay. All 4 hidden Teslas are on the northeast side. So anyways, with the 3 jumps, you want to try and jump your way across the base. So we could probably go ahead and hit play, and I can kind of talk through this first attack.
Awesome. Let's play in 3, 2, 1, and play. Now you can just walk us through what you're doing.
Well, I just drop the 3 golems along the wall, and then I do a line of witches and a line of wizards, and then I drop my CC and my heroes. Queen. Jump right in the middle to take care of all that splash damage. CC troops with the witch in there, that's really important to take care of.
Yep.
Drop my next jump on the enemy CC, opening up all those compartments, including both expos.
Yeah, that's nice. Yeah, one thing about the... What's that?
I was just going to say my queen ended up blocking, but it's not the worst thing ever.
You still have a solid kill squad getting right in the core there. A lot of times, with this attack strategy and with Bow Witch, which is fairly similar, you just kind of wreck the base straight on through, get right through that core.
The 3rd jump, I kind of just use wherever I feel is needed. I placed it there because I saw a bunch of witches and skeletons on the outside, and I was trying to redirect my troops to the outside so that they can all be together and take everything down really quick. Okay. The king went out there, and the king's actually going to end up taking out that corner Tesla.
That worked out well.
While the other troops work their way around.
Yeah, and you have that golem in there in the center, just tanking for everything around the outside, keeping it nice and safe.
Absolutely.
That worked out well. What are you most worried about in these bases? Like, is it the wizard towers and those expos like you mentioned earlier, or are there... The mortars scare you at all with those witches?
The wizard towers and the expos are my main objective to get down with the kill squad. Those are what I'm going to use my 3 jumps for. What will kill this type of attack is if there are a number of outside defenses or if there is a Tesla farm. So kind of keep an eye out for that.
Okay. Well, it seems that you got it done on this one. No Tesla farm, and the kill squad really went straight through that base. I like that you're bringing that third jump so that you can have those. You know, I've seen these attacks where the kill squad kind of gets stuck in a compartment. They're getting pounded by defenses, but with the third jump, you can kind of get them out of harm's way, have them continue walking like you did with your king over there. So that worked out well. Any last things you want to tell us about this attack before we move on to the second one?
Nope, the concept with this attack is pretty much the same for every base. You do your line of golems, your line of witches, wizards, and then your CC troops and your heroes where you want them to jump.
All right, well, let's see how you did it in the next replay. All right, guys, we're on Ace's second hit, another Town Hall 9. Ace is going to walk us through what he saw in this base, how he attacks it, and basically what went down. So, Ace, fill us in.
Base was a fresh hit. So kind of the same concept. You want to start on the wizard tower side. I'm coming down from I'm coming in from the southeast. But I don't know if there is a hidden Tesla at the 3 o'clock corner. So I actually drop a golem way out there just in case there's a corner Tesla. And then the other two, I want to make sure those two get into the core. My plan for the 3 o'clock golem is that it's going to go to that wizard tower, and then it's going to head up towards the archer tower. Okay. So it's going to tank for the witches and wizards behind there along the outside, and the other two golems are going to go on the inside along with the kill squad. And otherwise, that's pretty much the same game plan. Jump your way through the base to take care of the wizard towers and the expos. The heal, I don't know if I mentioned this with the first attack, but the heal is for the bowlers. Keep an eye on your bowlers. As soon as they start taking heat, then you want to lay your heal.
Okay, that makes sense. Why don't we watch this one? Let's hit play in 3, 2, 1, and play. Let's see it in action.
The first golem and the other two golems. I dropped those two golems on the mortar because I wanted to make dang sure that they did not walk on me. I want them to go in the middle.
Your jump is placed, heroes coming in, bowlers coming in.
My bowlers decide to do a little something on their own here, and they're going to go for a walk, unfortunately. But
oh boy,
with this attack, there is room for error, and it's not the worst thing in the world.
Well, they're just going to be tanks for those witches.
I'm going to keep an eye on my bowlers, and I'm going to save the heal for when I feel they could use it.
Okay, makes sense. Yeah, that golem is doing a nice job right over there by the town hall, tanking nicely for those witches, building up a whole bunch of skeletons.
That was my hope, and it turned out to be a good idea.
Yeah, it worked out well. So are you happy at this point?
Too. So I always keep a couple archers in the bag. So for those corner huts at 12 o'clock, for example, I'm keeping an eye on that and knocking that down right away.
Yeah, it's smart. You don't want to be the 99%er with that little corner hut.
That here.
All right, so that queen, she's just pounding to get her way through, and everything else is making their way around. It's looking like it's a pretty solid one in the bag at this point.
Good quick hit.
Yeah, 1 minute and 30-something seconds. That's very fast. That was a good one. Any key things that you want to say that you were happy with, or how, you know, you mentioned those bowlers walked. Depending on the base, it's not the most important thing if they take those jumps, I guess.
Ideally, you would want them to take the jump, but you know, things happen that it doesn't always go to plan, so you kind of have to adapt, and that's why I saved the heal. I used it on the outside on the boulders. That's where they went, so just kind of need to play it as it comes, I guess.
Yeah, and you did. It got it well right there, and again, 1 minute and 30 seconds, you took the base down, even though the bowlers didn't take it to the core. Let's jump on over to your third attack. And we're here checking out the third base. Ace, what are you looking at here, and how do you attack it?
All right, so this is my wife's account, but I do all of the war attacks for this one. Here, this is a cleanup hit. So one thing to keep in mind is that in the 12 o'clock wizard tower compartment, there is a Tesla farm there. Okay. There's 3 in there, and then there's one in the archer tower compartment just to the at the 9 o'clock area there. So the concept is pretty much the same. You want to drop your golems on the northwest wall, and then line of witches and a line of wizards. One thing that I do differently here is that I wait to drop my third golem on the middle mortar there by the town hall, because I want the 12 o'clock golem to go to the archer tower and then to move left to the mortar so that it goes in the core. So I wait to deploy that golem just a little bit. Other than that, it's pretty much the same. I will be jumping on the archer tower and then the compartment with the sweeper and then the expo, and the entire base gets wrecked pretty much.
All right, well, let's watch it in 3, 2, 1, and play. All right, here goes that first golem.
I'm patient with the second golem. I didn't wait too long, but
there was a delay. All right, jump is placed. Your bowlers took the jump this time around.
Yeah, I got lucky there, I guess.
All right, keep us going. What's happening? What are you seeing?
I'm really just keeping an eye on my bowlers. I placed the heal in the core. That's where all their damage is going to come from. So I want to keep them up as long as possible. So those are healed. They're going to take out the sweeper, and they're going to take out the wizard tower, because those are my main objectives. Take out the wizard tower and the expos. If those wizard towers stay up, they're going to destroy the skeletons first, and then they will take out the witches.
Right. Yeah. You don't like running into those when you have those witches running around the outside. Lots of tanks going on there with those golem in that cannon compartment.
Two still, full golems there near the end of the raid. This one turned out pretty well.
Yeah, it sure did. I mean, I think all the attacks so far have been under 2 minutes, I'm pretty sure. Pretty quick attacks, really doing a solid job with a bunch of troops left over in the end. It's not like it's just your queen running through in the end of the attacks. They're actually really cleaning up the bases pretty well. Now, I had one question. What's that?
Go for it. You go ahead.
All right, I had one question that I know people are going to ask in the comments. They always do when I do my Town Hall 10 Bow Witch videos, so I figure I'll ask you here. I noticed you haven't been talking much about dealing with clan castle troops. Everyone is always going to ask, they're going to ask in this video, what if someone has a dragon and a balloon in the clan castle? Or a dragon in the CC? How do you deal with it? And what's your answer to that? How do you deal with clan castle troops? Are there certain troops that you don't want to encounter in the CC? Or does it really not matter?
From what I've been noticing, it really doesn't matter a whole heck of a lot. And truth be told, I haven't encountered too many dragon and loons in the CC, so I don't really know what to say about the dragon and loons. I would just poison them, and then maybe I would heal my kill squad at that point, just to help keep them up a little bit longer if there were a dragon and balloons in the CC.
Yeah. And you have a lot more firepower with, rather than Bow Witch, which is the bowlers and witches, you have those wizards as well, which really do some nice damage. So if they get locked onto a dragon as well, or something in the air, it would do a pretty good job also. Good. I'm glad you answered that, because I know the question is going to come, and now the answer is here. Was there something that you wanted to say before I cut you off there?
No.
All right. So then why don't we scroll on over and get to our fourth attack, the final one, and see how you get it done. So now Ace and I are on the final attack, and he's telling me that this one's an interesting one, guys. I'm looking forward to seeing how it goes and why it's so interesting. Ace, fill us in.
So, you see a lot of the wizard towers are on the left side of the base, if you're just to kind of break it down between left and right.
Yep.
The expos are pretty close to each other, so those will be easy to get to as well. One thing that made this a little more interesting was that there was a Tesla farm in the upper left expo compartment area. There's 2 inside that compartment and 2 outside, but still within the walls though. And what makes that tough is because once you jump your second jump into the two expo compartments, like just to the right of the queen altar, some of the troops are going to want to venture off to the right. So what I end up doing is I only drop 2 golems on the southwest side, and I save the third one to drop on the mortar at 9 o'clock, which is by the Tesla farm. And I actually end up placing my jumps so that that golem will then jump in and tank for the troops on the Tesla farm there.
So this wasn't a fresh hit then? You knew about this farm before you went in on this attack?
That's right. I should have mentioned that. This was a cleanup hit as well.
Okay, cool. Well, why don't we jump into it? It's exciting to see. It's a different base design than I've really ever seen. I kind of like it. Let's see how well you did in 3, 2, 1, and play.
I'm dropping the 2 golems on the side that I want my kill squad to enter. The line of witches, the line of wizards. I'm holding the third golem for later, and countering the CC. The CC got split. I don't know if you saw that, but
I did.
The witch went one way and the baby drag went the other way. I wanted to make sure that I got that witch, so I ended up using both the poisons. Which isn't the worst thing ever. Nope. Because the queen, I would ideally use the poison on the queen, but I really wanted to get the witch down, and the queen is only single targeting anyway, so it's not the worst thing ever. There you see the double jumps. That golem's going to go in there and get tank for that Tesla farm, which is
popping up right now.
If you don't plan for it.
Yep. Yeah, that's well done now. Those witches and wizards nice and safe there. Beautiful. That whole side is gonna go down, and then all that's left is some air defenses, cannons, and archer towers. Wow. Yeah, that was good planning for sure, right there. Getting that golem ahead of those wizards and witches. It took it down like nothing with the golem there, but it would have been brutal if you didn't have that golem in that compartment. I would have had all 3 golems go right up the middle with the rest of the squad. Something else could have happened. They would have probably gone off to the right, maybe try and take down an air defense or something. Just useless. Well, that's the power of scouting bases. Some people that aren't in competitive clans don't really understand scouting, but it's important that you guys watch your teammates. If they attack a base and fail, see where those traps are, kind of figure out what's coming out of the clan castle, and it could definitely help you, as it did in this attack right here for sure. So it looks like
that's looking good.
Yeah. Only an archer tower and a mortar left. Looks like this one's cake right now.
I was picking up the trash stuff there. Broke through the wall. It's gonna take out the elixir, or the dark elixir, and then the archer tower, and it's done. Yeah, it sure is. I see it. You saved the best one for last. I like this one a lot. It was a nice attack, although they all were pretty solid. And through all the attacks, same exact composition. The bowlers in the clan castle, 3 jumps, a heal, and 2 poisons with 30-30 heroes. Also, a lot of people in comments are saying, you know, this is a pretty competitive clan family. Everyone says all your videos, everyone has 30-30 heroes. Well, that's how it is with the competitive clans, and everyone got here by farming their way up. So if you guys don't have those hero levels yet, just continue farming and you will get there, and your attacks get stronger and stronger, obviously, as you get higher and higher heroes. So Ace, thanks so much for coming down and breaking things down. Was there anything that you want to share more about this attack before I start bantering on about something different? No, I think 4 attacks using the same army comp, doing the same strategy over and over is enough said. Yeah, no, and it was good, and I like how you made your modifications on the 3rd attack where you dropped the golem on the outside mortar and it walked the base, and on this attack where you jump the golem in, it's not like you're just spamming in all your troops. You are planning out the pathing of your troops, especially those golem, ahead of time. So it's nice to see that planning does go into play, because sometimes people like to say these bowler witch wizard attacks, they're just kind of spammy, but there definitely is planning,
and strategy behind it for sure. And I think you demonstrated that well here today. So guys, if you enjoyed this video, what I'm going to ask you to do right now again is subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, and yeah, I'd love to see you back here in the comments section or just hanging out here on the channel. Big thank you to Ace for coming down to the channel today, sharing his insights. He clearly is an expert at this attack strategy. So Ace, any last things you want to say before we hang up for the day?
Just wanted to say thanks for having me.
No problem, man. It was my pleasure, and I'm sure that everyone that's watching this video is going to enjoy having you as well. Guys, if you want to check out 3 Strikes, if you think you're up to par to be part of this clan, you can find them on Twitter at 3strikes_COC. They're also part of the Circle of Clans, who I create content for, and at the end of this video there's a card which shows their requirements and contact information, which is via Discord. So again, 3 Strikes is part of this Circle of Clans, which is the clan family which I create content for. So if you want to, guys, you could definitely get in touch. On top of that, if you want to get in touch with me, you could always find me over on Twitter at EchoThrough. But that's been it for today, guys. I hope you enjoy these pro tip videos. I know that I love doing them, and in the past you guys have really enjoyed them because some of these pros that come on can give you better information than I can. So thanks so much. I'll see all of you back here again tomorrow. Until then, be good.